Welcome to the How to Succeed in Business and Health channel. BaldwinBitcoin here. I've been receiving a lot of inquiries regarding my 5 billion sales advert that is soon set to be scheduled for delivery this week. Um, I just want to take a moment to say that I believe in 5 billion sales. I have been an adamant advocate for 5 billion sales, and that really hasn't faltered. At the same token, the information that I received today kind of uh, kind of made me double think a few things. First and foremost, let's go to our news tab because this is something that I definitely want individuals to pay attention to. All right. So if we go to, I believe it's here. Okay, there are two new features for advertisers: the 34% profit share payments in advertiser KYC or Know Your Customer. One, new ways to pay your 34% profit share locally in 100 plus countries, to include the following countries. I'm in the US, so this pertains to me. And two, KYC help for advertisers. To find these updates, please go to your advertiser dashboard and select from the top menu, My Adverts, and select the new features from the menu. What I wanted to share with you was that I received notification that you have to confirm that you have read this update. So, for anyone that is scheduled to receive delivery, anyone that is in their notice status, or anyone that has purchased a guaranteed sales advert, be sure to do that. And that's right here. So, if I go to, you want to go to your adverts, and then you want to go to 34% profit share. Now, I confirmed it before screen sharing it. But after you read this, there will be a box that says, "Do you understand?" Okay, but let me give you a brief summary. 5 billion sales has changed their bankers to improve advertisers' ability to receive and send large payments easier without international borders. Now, 5 billion sales has an impressive banking partner network of local high street banks across 100 plus countries. And then read this: it includes Germany, Austria, India, Poland, Canada, United States of America, Ghana, Cameroon, Kenya, New Zealand, Australia, and Barclays Bank for UK payments. Now, there's an extensive list that I've seen as well with the list of the countries. 5 billion sales new banking facilities enables us to accept your 34% profit share payments locally as opposed to an international transfer. Paid in equivalent domestic currency or USD at one or more high street banks in the list of available countries below. We will be able to pay you locally also. In the future, when you pay us, do not send payments to any bank account that you've used before. If you do, we will not receive your payment because we have changed banking partners to make it easier for you to manage payment from your location. Select your country to see if we'll be able to accept your local payment and pay you locally using a local high street bank. So, after this sentence on the initial update of the 34% profit share payment, it listed my country, USA, and it listed the bank that they would be using now, which is Chase Bank for me. Now, this goes off of your address. So, if you're from United States of America, do not get the impression that Chase, JP Morgan will be the bank that you use. It goes off of your address. Mine was Chase, perfect. My significant other banked at Chase for multiple years. And also, there's a couple just right down the street. So that was perfect. And what that does for me is that allows me to make transfers of monies locally. It won't be an international transfer. Probably won't even be a Swift code to be used, but that's neither here nor there. My point in mentioning this is that you have to do this. All right. I thought I was going to share it in this video, but then I read it said you must do this before any type of delivery or anything was to happen. So what did I do? Of course, I confirmed it. And it says you acknowledge that payments of profit share can only be made to the bank for your country. Date acknowledged September 27th. All right. Details will be published here during delivery. The details that they're referring to was actual bank numbers, actual account numbers where I will deposit my 34%. Now, with my advertisement for my BBC Global, I get paid in crypto. I'll have to convert that. Now, if the option to pay them in Bitcoin is no longer there, like I said, it may not be available. Make sure you have a bank as a backup. I have that. In the instance that they need the bank, then I will just convert Bitcoin into USD to my bank and then send that to them. And it says details will be published here during delivery. So I've already acknowledged that. But be sure you go to your adverts and be sure you go to 34% profit share because you have to hit that function. They want to make sure that you know that when it's time to pay, you do not use their banking info that you may have used previously. Okay. Either paying them for an advert. All right. So this is important. So I definitely want to mention that for you. And this was a great thing because my delivery was scheduled the latter of this week. However, I ended up receiving this email right here, and it says that my KYC has been rejected. It says your KYC has been rejected. If approved before, it can be newly rejected when you withdraw, order adverts, complete contracts, or other services on 5 Billion Sales website. Other departments reserve the right to check your KYC and request changes accordingly to secure the business and its members. Please visit your wallet KYC to update it. Only update the sections you are required to. Resubmission of proofs can take 30 days to approve due to queuing. Each time you have to resubmit, it will take an extra 30 days to do so. Please get it right. Don't ask for support. They won't be able to help you. You must ensure your KYC is approved before delivery begins. Don't contact support. They won't be able to help you. KYC is simple if you follow the rules provided in the KYC interface. Check your images before uploading them. Now, my KYC was passed in March. Okay. Even before my first withdrawal, I made sure that that was done. So it kind of bothers me because my KYC, after resubmitting it, my KYC finally got reapproved. All right. And I believe that email is here. Right here, September 5th. Now, this is after passing KYC initially. But then, because of the fraudulent accounts, they made sure everybody's account was up to par. I had no, basically, I had no problem resubmitting that because I knew what the problem stemmed from. All right. So, on the 5th of September, I was still in the Bahamas. It says, your KYC has been approved. Best regards. Perfect. Everything was good to go because I knew the delivery could not commence until KYC was approved. So my delivery is about to start. And this is what I received today, moments before it's to start. I got an email that it has been rejected. So, of course, I wrote them and replied to ticket. You can see how on earth is it rejected when it just got reapproved. And this is the funny thing. Last week I ended up requesting withdrawal from an advert that was purchased. It's the commission for that. It's $20. Now I've already withdrawn several times with them. Instead of letting it sit, I said, okay, I'll withdraw it just so I could make my third testimonial. Not my first, not my second, but my third testimonial. And the second that I did that, which was last week, and I'll say that because I believe I can find it It says withdraw requested $20. Now, this was September 21st. This was a week ago. And usually it takes a couple days for you to receive your request, your withdrawal request. At the same token, now that my delivery was about to begin, I'm getting this excuse. KYC proof resubmitted. It can take 30 days. Resubmission of proofs can take 30 days to approve due to queuing. We've already read that. There's something else that I'm looking for. So I believe that it is here. Give me a second to see if I can find that. Here it is. It says, due to recent attempts to breach KYC, KYC has been strengthened. Your KYC has been reviewed by accounts and/or guaranteed sales contract planners and/or GTS service staff and/or second tier KYC, and it needs to be updated. This is not a support matter, but self-managed by you to correct your KYC. If you have already updated your KYC, that is great, but you need to wait for approval, and nobody can assist to bypass approval process. KYC is handled externally, and you are required to pass. However, we can advise, cheat, speed up, help, or bypass. Your commission/override withdrawals has been moved back to your wallet's withdrawal tab until you update the payment options and KYC if required by admin. Please make the updates and withdraw again so admin can process this payment securely, knowing it's been paid to the correct person named on this account. Big problem with this. Are you telling me that now I have to do KYC just because I put in a request to withdraw a measly $20? All right. Second question. Right before delivery, you're telling me that now I have to wait 30 days for KYC to be resubmitted and approved. Now, I will tell you this. I submitted it correctly. The photo, myself holding my photo ID, and my bank statement. If it wasn't for the bank statement, you know good and well that I would show you this on my screen. So now I'm wondering, what is the delay for? If my advert is scheduled to be delivered, why are you telling me my KYC is wrong after it's been approved twice? So instead of going back to my old photos and resubmitting those, I took new ones. I have an iPhone. It can't get any clearer than that unless you have Google Pixel. All right. So this is what happened when I went to my KYC. And I have to get out of this to reach it. I'm not pausing anything. Just bear with me on this one. All right. I believe I can go here to find it. Okay. All right. So my affiliate back office, and then you can go to KYC. Where is that? Oh, it's been a while since I've been on this page. Huh. It's been a while. So for me to get back to manage KYC, let me try guaranteed sales and then see if I can reach it from here. No, that's just advertiser KYC. Anyhow, I did the KYC through my mobile. The camera is just a little better than the camera on my laptop, on my Apple, on my Mac, but it is an awesome camera. But I decided to do that a different way. Okay, see, this is old. I'll pause it and get back to you in a moment. Okay, so to get that, you go to get to your KYC, you go to your username. Duh. And I go to manage KYC. Now, when I went to manage KYC, it said it had an X here for proof of ID. It had an X here for selfie holding ID. It had an X here for proof of address. Now, prior to the video, I resubmitted it, and right now it says pending acceptance. It can take 20 days for the new submissions to be checked. If going by that is accurate, as long as it took for KYC to be approved, we are talking 3 weeks from now, although I was scheduled for delivery this week. Don't understand that. I can't contact support. I've already submitted through Skype a request to talk to my affiliate manager, my advert manager, rather. Of course, it's past business hours and may or may not hear from him tomorrow. And the skepticism is coming from one thing. Right before delivery, this has happened. Right before delivery. And the excuse was, which I should have screenshot, before I resubmitted this, it said proof of ID, image too small. Self-holding ID, image too small. Proof of address, image too small. Now, the proof of address is one of the only KYC requirements that you have to show all four corners. They specifically said they needed each four corners of your submission for proof of address. I can't enlarge that because I don't want it to be denied on a technicality that we can only see two of the four corners. So how am I going to enlarge the proof of address? It's a bank statement. They wanted the entire page, header to footer. I've provided that. And because I didn't have time to go to my bank this evening, guess what? The branch was closed. That'll probably be denied. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to my bank and get it printed out because your proof of address has to be at least 30 days. My KYC had been approved early September, and I used the bank statement from August. Guess what I'm going to receive? I'm going to receive proof of address didn't pass because it's not within 30 days. I want this to sink in to you. I want this to sink in. I have been an advocate, an alpha male cheerleader for 5 billion sales, guaranteed sales advert. I have no idea why I have to confirm my KYC and resubmit it when it was approved. It was approved in March. Most people didn't wait until it was time to withdraw or they started getting commissions. Then they did their KYC. I did mine the day of sign up. My KYC was approved when I purchased my first guaranteed sales advert. So with the proof of address and everything that needs to be done, I'm looking for the email that almost made it seem like it was my fault. But it says something to make sure that you do it correctly. I don't know how else to do it correctly. I don't know what else to do. And I've never been at a loss for words at all. But I wrote them, how on earth is it rejected when it just got approved? I've withdrawn 4 times already and requested a withdrawal of $20 the other day. Please correct this. My KYC was up to par and done correctly to the T. The photo was precise. That's why it got accepted and approved. My address is precise. That's why it got accepted and approved. My bank statement is precise. That's why it got accepted and approved. So I need to know how and what to correct. I can provide my birth certificate as well. Now, if this sarcasm, I'm sarcastic. My sense of humor is dry. So if that's a problem, it's human nature. I look forward to hearing with you with specifics. I have left 2 testimonials already published on your site expressing my belief in you and the punctuality of my withdrawals. I say this to reiterate that my KYC has been completed properly. Please tell me what to do. Of course, this was 4 hours ago. After business hours for them, I haven't heard a response. Do not let anyone tell you that I am overreacting. Okay. Don't let anyone also feel that they have the need to tell me, I told you so, because this isn't one of those events. I've made withdrawals. I've made money back. The money that I spent on adverts, that's okay. Got it back. But the thing that bothers me more than anything is the day before delivery is supposed to begin. Okay. I get hit with you have to do your KYC. So one of two things. I received the KYC resubmission request because I submitted a withdrawal request. Mm, 50-50. Okay. They're becoming more stricter. Fine. Or I get the KYC the moment withdraw delivery is supposed to take place. I do not like my intelligence being insulted. It takes a lot to get me riled. I'm not even riled. I have too many ventures and mm, residual income coming from working online that I wouldn't have spent money with 5 billion sales if I needed it. I wanted to see if there was a way that I could use their services for all of my internet ventures when it came to traffic. This is one of those I'm not upset. I'm not encouraging you to lose faith with 5 billion sales. What I will say is I have to move on from guaranteed sales adverts. And if I get an update, if it takes less than 20 days, fine. Maybe they'll bless me with another 9 additional GWG starter packs for my weight. I don't know. But if you're giving me the update, then in that same update telling me I cannot contact support, what help do I get? Now, there are other individuals who make videos regarding 5 billion sales and give you their updates. Find that from them. But until I begin my delivery, you won't hear an update from me regarding 5 billion sales because I do not understand how KYC is a factor when it was reapproved, when it was approved in March and reapproved September 5th. And now, when it comes time to deliver, there is a KYC problem. Now, if the images are too small, I have no idea what else to do, especially when it comes to proof of address. But let's say that the one I resubmitted, which is almost identical to the first one, let's say that they can see it better for whatever optic reasons, but now the date is old because I used it the last time. So now I have to go and get a new bank statement. And that is the problem because I don't want to waste your time uploading another update saying, oh, well, they accepted it. It was because of the image size, because that still will delay my delivery. You saw me fill out my contract. Speaking of which, if we go to my advertiser's back office and go to my adverts and guaranteed sales ads, I am still in the contract. Now, the only good thing that's happened since the last update was the contract plan that said reset after I reset it. It is now saying contract. All right. So that's a good thing. It would be nice if this said delivery, and maybe it will. And that's why I'm not going to discredit them. But I will raise the question, why do I have to do KYC knowing it takes 20 to 30 days to get reapproved when it was already approved and when delivery was scheduled for this week? So those are my updates. There's two of them. First one, be sure to go to your adverts. Be sure to go to 34% profit share payment and acknowledge the fact that you've read this. All right. You'll see the bank that is designated for your country or region. And you'll also, um, I think it says something like almost like an agreement that you agree to use that bank account. As it says, you acknowledge that the payments of the profit share can only be made to the bank for your country. Okay. So just be sure you do that. Do that before you start checking for any update because they will not even begin a delivery or you will not receive the email to resubmit your KYC until you press I acknowledge. I believe it said I understand, but it's an orange box that you select right then and there. Okay. As a contingency, I do have an advert that's supposed to run the beginning of October. I believe it's the second week of October. Guess what? I will still be in queue waiting for KYC to be approved. So I'm not going to end this on a negative note, but I will tell you when you're involved with any person, let alone a company of people that you have never met since March, and I was involved with 5 billion sales for exactly a year because it was last August or September, I believe it was August, that I actually registered and was waiting for the launch. So for 12 months to go by and then to be told, wait another 20 days, is it the end of the world? No, it's not. Been this patient, why not wait another 20? But here's the thing. If my KYC gets approved and then I want to request a withdrawal in the future, will I get another KYC needs to be resubmitted? I think I'm going to let my commissions just sit for an eternity because I will notice that when I made the withdrawal on the 21st, it didn't come yet. And I'm like, why? It is usually like clockwork. Not like my BBC Global, but close to it. It's guaranteed. Well, this trip, still not there. So, that being stated, I just want you to dot your I's, cross your T's. And I believe I've done at least 90% of that for mine. Had a little difficulty setting up the first ad and contract. No one held my hand with that. But I cannot ignore your inquiries as far as has your delivery begun? Well, the way things look, that delivery is not going to begin within the next 20 or 30 days. Hopefully, I'm wrong. Hopefully, I'm wrong. And again, for those who want to say I told you so, this was a free opportunity with the Sell Your Data. I've made my money back off of commissions for the guaranteed sales advert. So you can keep those comments to yourself. And I didn't lose sleep. It's funny that the individuals that didn't put a dime in 5 billion sales guaranteed sales adverts are the ones complaining the most. Well, $270 wasn't a big deal to purchase an advert to see if it would work when I've spent $2,700 for a Facebook ad. Now do you see why it's not a concern? Now do you see why I'm just now getting to you, giving you this update? So my rush is to appease the questions, but I'm in no way going to lose sleep this evening about the results. It would be nice to get $102,000 from an advert that I ran for 270, giving them 52 from it. But at the same token, it doesn't make or break a marketer. Okay, Baldwin Bitcoin here. That is my update. Most likely, well, I won't say my last because I still have faith in them. Just as I stated in the email, I believe in them. And I think that they're doing what's right. You don't incorporate all these banks. And like I said, my significant other works with Chase, and they are very, very strenuous when it comes to banking matters. I'll tell you a story briefly how I had a trading account with Talonex, and Talonex is located in the Grenadines. This was the early stages of Bitcoin, the early stages of crypto marketing. When I withdrew to my bank account, the bank account needed me to show them proof that I wasn't money laundering because they didn't understand trading cryptocurrency. They had no idea what that was for. And I told them, you've been investing in cryptocurrency already. So you know what I'm talking about. No, Mr. Baldwin, we have no idea what you're talking about. So we're just going to freeze this account. Well, they froze it. That's how that's how tedious. Wrong word. Wrong word. That is how crazy. That's a better word. Chase Bank is. So the fact that they got approved with Chase Bank is a good thing. Okay. So I know that they're not setting up these bank accounts with these banks and having relations with 100 plus different banks to go anywhere. I just have a bone to pick with updating you something that wasn't according to their schedule. See, it was a contract, remember? And my videos are my proof of those contracts. And I'm not in breach of it because they decided to make me resubmit my KYC. All right. I will see you on the next update. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And as long as it's positive, I'll return the comment. If it's negative, you didn't spend a dime with Guaranteed Sales Advert to begin with. And if it's negative, it means that $270 was your salary. All right. Baldwin Bitcoin here. And I'll see you on the next video.